Alright, friends, gather around. This one's a deep dive into the heart of wisdom. Stuff every father should tell his son. I'm here to lay it out for you. The lessons that, looking back, I wish my old man had passed on to me when I was standing where you are right now. So, consider this to be your roadmap to navigating the wild, messy, beautiful journey of life. These are the lessons I'll be eventually passing on to my own son. And today, I'm sharing them with you, my sons. So let's get to it and waste no more time. Listen, I know the world is filled with so many exciting things to do and explore, but here's your first hard truth. You will not be good at everything. So, pick that one thing that you love or have a knack for and give it everything you've got. Master it. Become the best. It could be anything, a sport, a craft, a study, a trade. Focus. If there's one thing that'll carry you through life successfully, it's focus. See, we live in a world that is full of opportunities. Everywhere you look, there's something new to try, something different to learn. And yes, it can be tempting to want to do it all, but here's a little secret that most people didn't tell you. If you want to stand out, if you want to make a mark, you need to be great at one thing. You can be good at multiple things, but you gotta be great at one thing. Think about the people who inspire you, the people you look up to. Chances are they didn't reach where they are by trying a wee bit of everything. No, they picked something that they were passionate about, something that they were good at, and they gave it their all. Let's take an example. You're passionate about music. You love all kinds of instruments and genres and whatnot. That's great. But if you try and learn every instrument out there, you might not end up mastering any of them. The reason is simple. Each instrument demands time, patience, and dedication. Now, if you choose to focus on, say, the guitar and devote your time and energy to it, there's a higher chance that you will excel at it. You'll understand the nuances, the complexities, and over time, you might even create your own unique style. Does that mean that you should ignore everything else and only do one thing? No. It simply means that when it comes to your career, your life's purpose, choose one path. Walk on that path with dedication and commitment. Make that path your own. If you're a musician, be the best goddamn musician you can be. If you're a writer, pour your heart and soul into your words. If you're an athlete, train harder, train smarter than everybody else. But remember this. People remember the best. They remember the ones who stand out. And the only way to stand out is to shine in one field. So, choose your field wisely. You're still young. This is the best time to explore that and find that one thing that sparks a light in you. And once you find it, don't let it go. Work on it, nurture it, and watch how that transforms your life. Lesson number 2, say no to drugs. Alright, let's straight talk, fellas. Drugs, no matter how they're packaged or sold to you, they're not your friends. They're just draining. They don't make you stronger, tougher, smarter, better in any single way. In fact, they do the exact opposite. When you use drugs, they might make you think that you're better or more powerful. You might even think that they help you forget about your problems. And that might be true in some sense, but it doesn't solve the problem forgetting, does it? You see, drugs only hide your problems, they do not solve them. And when the drugs wear off, the problems are still there. Except now you have another problem. Hey, boom, 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 you're addicted to drugs. And the problem seems worse, so you're gonna need more drugs to hide more problems. Drugs also mess with your health. They can hurt your brain, heart, and other important organs. Obviously, depending on what drug you do, the different organs are affected, but they can make you sick, tired, unable to think clearly, and in some cases, they can even kill you. Alcohol can kill you. It's all drugs in a certain sense, right? And you know what else drugs do? They slow you down. You might not notice it at first, but over time, they'll make you lazy. They'll make you uninterested in the things that you used to love. They can stop you from reaching your goals and living your best life. There's a reason why most successful people in the world don't do them. They understand that success requires a clear mind and a healthy body. There are better ways to deal with stress, pain, or boredom. Find a hobby, play a sport, make music, write, draw, read, hang out with friends, whatever. These things will make you feel good, and they won't harm your health or your future. Lesson 3. Surround yourself with people who think outside the box. Always hang out with friends who are doing something different. You know, the type of people who don't just follow the crowd. The people who can actually think for themselves, who aren't afraid to step outside of the box. But why, you might be asking? Because there are people who are moving and shaking the world. These folks, they're dreamers, the innovators, the risk takers. They look at the world and they see possibilities, not limitations. They don't just settle for okay. They strive for greatness. And when you spend time with them, their energy, their passion, their drive, it rubs off on you. You start to think bigger, aim higher, strive harder. But it's not just about being inspired, it's also about learning. These people, they have unique experiences, unique perspectives. They can teach you things that you wouldn't learn otherwise. They can show you new ways of thinking, new ways of solving problems, new ways of living. Look around. These people, they're in your school, they're in your community, maybe they're even in your family. They're the ones starting clubs, building businesses, creating art. They are the ones who are curious, who ask questions, who challenge the status quo. Find them, befriend them, learn from them. Because if you want to be extraordinary, you're going to have to surround yourself with extraordinary people. Lesson 4. Own your actions. Always take responsibility for everything that happens in your life, or at least 90% of it. Yeah, I know, it sounds tough, but it's a lesson that you need to learn if you want to grow as a man. Let me break it down for you. When we say take responsibility, it means that you accept that you are in control of your life. Your choices, your actions, they shape your world. And if something goes wrong, you don't point fingers, you don't play the blame game. Instead, you look in the mirror and you ask, what could I have done differently? And if there isn't anything that you could have done differently, well then hey, that's liberating. Because it's not in your control. It feels better. You'll be happier. Say, for example, you get a bad grade on a test. It's easy to blame the teacher, the textbook, maybe even your friends for distracting you, but here's the hard truth. You're the one who didn't study enough. You chose to hang out with your friends instead of hitting the books. And the moment that you understand this, you grow, you learn, you become better. But taking responsibility isn't just accepting your mistakes, it's also taking charge of your successes. Did you nail that presentation? Did you win that game? That's all you, man, or your team if it was a team effort, of course. You guys did the work, you put in the effort, and you should be proud of it. Lesson 5. The only trustworthy entity is God. Now, this might sound a bit serious, but trust me, it's a lesson that you're gonna need to hear. You cannot trust anyone in your life except God. Now, I'm not telling you to become a hermit or distrust everyone around you. What I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, the only one who's got your back is God. But why God? God, or any higher power that you believe in, is a constant. He is always there, through thick and thin. He doesn't judge, he doesn't hold grudges, and he doesn't disappoint. He is the one source of truth, of love, of guidance that you can always rely on. In life, you're gonna meet a lot of people. Some will be good, some not so much. Some will have your best interest at heart, and some will try and bring you down and exploit you. And it's not always easy to tell who's who. That's why it's important to have one reliable anchor, that one unwavering source of trust. And that, my friends, is God. Whatever you believe in, you ought to believe that there is a higher power. Or even if you don't believe that there is a higher power, take the lessons that are taught by the church because they're good lessons. So, speaking of lessons, take these lessons to heart, guys. Reflect on them, learn from them, because the sooner you understand and apply them, the sooner that you will see that change in your life, and the sooner that you'll have the means to be the father who can teach his own son the right lessons, to become and grow into a man who's confident, responsible, and true to himself.